Hello, I'm Jared, and welcome to my portfolio video for computer science internship. Are you prepared today? Oh, who am I kidding? You're not prepared. Are you ready to show what you have last minute? Wonderful. Where's your portfolio? Oh, yes, I forgot. Technology is a thing. You don't need this silly thing. You don't need that. Just throw it away. A little stump. There we go. Yeah, a little bit of that. A little bit of this. Oh, don't worry. It's going to be perfect. Okay, number one grade policy. You look at your paper, and the grading policy, and if you can't read, there's a pie chart right under that. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Next one, let's go on to number 2. Oh, by the way, you could put things like letter of recommendation in number 1. Anyway, number 2, daily task. If you're like me, you might have an awesome daily task, and if not, then whatever. But for me, I was in charge of an external hard drives, like the My Book and the My Passport, but since I'm me and I break everything I touch, the My Book broke. My only responsibility is in My Passport. You could have other responsibilities, like putting away the laptop cart things, or putting books away. And if you refuse to do any of these tasks, Mrs. Jones will beat you in the back of the head with a ruler. Or maybe a harder object if you're being dumb. Okay, number 3, peer staff assistance. I would just be helping out students when they need help. But then again, I am socially awkward, and most people watching this probably are too. So, do your best, and if not, just work really hard on your independent project, because that also works. Okay, number 4, CSI lesson. Now, this is really, really important. Your lesson wants to be kind of close to what your independent project is. So for me, it was making a senior video. So my project was on this microphone that I'm using right now, and I hope I didn't unplug it by picking it up. Okay, number 5, community service. Now, throughout the year in CSI, you're going to be having some opportunities to help elderly women. That's right. You at home, you in this library, are going to help grandma sitting way back who can't hear, who's not well educated. You're going to help her out with technology, because us kids, we know things. We know Snapchat, we know Facebook, we know Twitter, we know YouTube, etc., etc., etc. We know all of that, and that is awesome for us because we're smart. We don't even need to be taught this. We're just smart in the head, socially wise, but when it comes to talking to people, we still aren't good at communicating. Community service, you're going to have opportunities to help elderly women. You're going to have opportunities to help teachers at student events like the Sad Variety Show. 6, attendance and participation. If you are here doing your work, if you're here doing what you're supposed to be doing here, you're going to get a good grade on this part, alright? But the thing is, on this portfolio, you have to prove it. How can you prove that you've been here every day? Simple. Ask Mrs. Jones or Mrs. Moyer for an attendance sheet, and she's going to be like, you've been unexcused this many times, and you got to explain why you were absent. You can just write little notes down. Or if you're like me, and you want to do it last second, you can just make a video. So, for me, I'm being graded on this video. So I have to explain to myself how I was doing. I'm explaining all this for you, but at the end, I'm going to explain what I did. Again, as I said before, I was playing with My Passport, the external hard drive. That was my job. For peer staff assistance, I'll put up some pictures right now. I helped the old ladies at the home. God, that sounds terrible. I helped at the Sad Variety Show. I sung at that show, and that was my participation. I was a big part of that show, and that was my participation. That was my community service. Community service, that's what I did. But for peer staff assistance, okay, so what you gotta want to do is go to techyes.org. Techyes.org. This is very important. You want to go to New York, and then you want to go to Canajoharie Central, and bang, bang, bangity, bang, bang, bangity, bang, 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 20 hours later. Okay, this is the main page of your Genius thing. So, this is your goal, and if you're like me, you're not going to make it, but people who are successful will. Now, this is really attractive. You're going to want a green bar. Red is bad, blue is okay, I guess. Your goal is to be Genius certified. Now, Pure assistance. Now, if you help a student during class, what you're going to want to do is do a new tab, because this is our titles and jobs and stuff. Okay, here's what I put down. Make a portfolio video, make a tab video example, the date, the start date, the due date. Usually, if you do a tab, you usually do same day, same due date, unless it's like a big project, which it's kind of hard to explain that. Teacher, depending on who it is. For me, it was Mrs. Jones, so Tammy. And then you have block 2, computer science, either one you were on, and then you put create tab. And bingo, your job is almost done, because after that, you gotta go over to STL assignment, put in how much time you did. Now we are at 4:30, we're already an hour and a half in, and I had to render and edit this video, so it's gonna take about 3.5 hours to fully make and complete. The video is done. Done. Future CSIs can now see me as an example of what not to do. Perfect. So that's genius. That's the taps and stuff, and that's a huge part. And then what you can do if you really want to, you can go to your dashboard. You can screenshot this. You can either print it by pressing Control P. It'll bring up the page, and you can kind of print out your tabs or whatever. This one I'm really good at. Self-direction and self-independence. Now, if you're like me, you're going to have all of your work due in the next week and you haven't started. So this is the time where you have to step up, and that's what you have to do if you're like me. So don't be like me. Alright, so no matter if you do online portfolios or offline, you gotta make sure you prove yourself for self-direction. What I did, every single day after school, I would be in here. Mrs. Gleason, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I'm already graduated at this point, probably, so, sorry. I spent my days in here, working on videos, so it's not like I was sitting here watching YouTube. I was sitting here actually doing work, and that's what you need to do. In class or outside of school, you have to be doing work, and this is the part where you can prove it. For me, Mrs. Jones has seen the videos I've made. She's seen the editing I've done. She knows how often I stay after school. I get a perfect score on this kind of stuff because I'm always here and I'm always working hard. Trust me, Mrs. Jones will notice if you're working hard by yourself. She has like 17 eyes. Okay, number 8, conduct and customer service. When you hear at CSI getting graded for no money, IT department, I'm talking to you, how you are to people during lessons. Don't talk while other people are talking. You think you're more important than other people. There's people in CSI who are editors. There's people here who know how to use Photoshop. There's people here who know how to use Adobe Illustrator. There are people here who put books away. We know everything, and that's our job, to know everything and to help everybody here. That's our job. What do you know right now? Freshmen, everyone, juniors, sophomores, seniors even, what do you know? What do you not know? Learn it and teach people. That's the customer service we want here at CSI. And finally, the independent project. My favorite because I spent the entire year working on it. Now remember when I said that I had a maintenance thing to do? Like I had to maintenance this flash external hard drive that I'm pointing at. This was my job. My daily task was to use the passport, to make sure all the files were organized very, very nicely. I'll even show a video of it right now. The biggest problem I had with my final project, obviously, Mrs. Jones has seen your final project. You've been graded, but this is the portfolio. It's super important here. All right, so this is what I'm going to tell you who's watching this video. So, for me, I lost everything. Mrs. Jones has a picture, and I wish I could show it to you guys. But she has a picture, and it's of a roller coaster. And it goes up, then down, up and down. And it goes way up to the climax, which is around maybe March or April. And that feeling is, holy crap, this project is due soon, and I haven't started. And that's the feeling I got once my external hard drive, aka the MyBook, broke. We lost everything. I lost my final project. I lost everything I've been working hard on. I had 2 months to make that video. 2 months to gather a lot of footage. I'll show you all the footage I gathered. Every picture, every video, I spent so much time out of school working on this video. I spent up to I think I may have the video, I'll put it up now. It was 4 a.m. when I finally finished the video.
It's 4:02 a.m. 6 hours working on my final video for my graduation. Holy crap. When you record so much footage, it's crazy how much stuff you have to go through. It's crazy all the stuff that you end up getting rid of because it's either inappropriate or it's just not even worth putting in. So it's 4 o'clock, I'm going to bed, but I guess it's the morning, so yeah. I'm turning into a video guy who never gets sleep.
That's the dedication you need here. This is the old version of the portfolio. As I said before in the beginning of this video, we are in a new generation of working here. We are in a new generation. We need to get rid of this. Workers, future employers, we need to get rid of this. Because guess what? Back in 1990, not 1990, when was it? Maybe the 1890s, there was a census. There was a fire. It burned down so many papers. It burned down everything. If we had multimedia, if we had Google Docs, for example, which we use now, this is the new generation. We have to step up. This portfolio, the paper one, it's getting a little old. But I think this video, and I think Mrs. Jones knows that it's time to move on to something new. And this online portfolio, it's easy and it's pretty simple to use. Also, for the portfolio, if you do the paper version, which if you do the paper portfolio, you gotta decorate a little bit. Put a picture of me on there if you want. Okay, Mrs. Jones, it's time for you to grade me in total, because this video is for you, but it's also for the CSI kids, because the CSI kids need to know how to make this thing and not be like everyone else in CSI, and give this portfolio to you last second, because I'm sitting here at 4:03 p.m., the day after these were due. Ha! I've been in CSI for 4 years. You know me. I am a procrastinator to the bullet. I do know something. If you have dedication, you can do anything. This is the fast version of my portfolio to you, Mrs. Jones. You're the person who's watching this video, and I'm going to make sure you know what I've done this year. Okay, daily maintenance tasks. Daily maintenance tasks. I said before, bang, passport, done. Next, peer staff assistance. Every day I put taps in, check. All right, next one. CSI lesson. Did my lesson on this bad boy right here. Community service, I always help people. I'm a good person. I do things. Attendance and participation, you know me. I made it every single CSI block except for when I went on a cruise, and also when I skipped the last CSI lesson of the year for senior skip day. By the way, I'm sorry. Self-direction, independence. I'm staying after school working on something that should have been done, but with the time I've been given, I'm using every minute to the fullest, and I think that is fair. Conduct and customer service, I never treated someone unfairly, and we all know that. This barely ever happens. Independent project, you already got the video. It's long, it's dedicated, it's what the seniors wanted. I spent a lot of time working on it, and I think I deserve a good grade on that too. The last part of the portfolio in CSI is the portfolio rubric. Okay, my battery is dying. I have to go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I love you, everybody. If you're a freshman, you don't know me, I'm Jared. Follow me on YouTube, hey, it's JP, and bye.